Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Quick note, I've lowered the volume a bit on my microphone side, so let me know if it's coming through too soft, or if I need to adjust volume in any way. Yezon, let's continue with this, a budding adventurer. So I wonder if this is going to be still related. This looks like, the background looks like it's not related to the stuff for the wonderful side quest stuff from last time. A budding adventurer, not adventurer. Yezon knows Yezon has yet another favor to ask of the only adventurer he knows. Ah, Kokushu, just the woman I was hoping to see. Now that I've had the opportunity to speak with more of the people here, I realize their plight is even more dire than I had imagined. The recent crisis has caused the flow of supplies to grind to a halt, and the people can scarcely meet their daily needs. This would be the case even without the influx of refugees. One way we might alleviate this is to requisition a shipment from Yedlihmad, but the process takes takes precious time. I fear many would starve before we see a single sack of grain. Bureaucracy. Probably not bureaucracy, probably more logistics than that. All of this is exacerbated by the lack of able-bodied fighters. The wounded are many, and there are few who have the strength and skill to guard us from the beasts lurking in the forest. Yep, sounds like that's where this strapping buff Lalafell comes in. The Radiant Host would give their lives to protect us, and have, but every day more of them are injured. Bravery alone is only worth so much in the face of overwhelming numbers. And while I'm much appreciative of your help so far, I'm not so naive as to think you will remain here indefinitely. Had we another of your skill to aid us, we might at least stand a chance to weather the worst of this storm. However, my time at the Great Work was spent largely in solitude, and the people of this village know of little beyond its walls. But you've been to the furthest reaches and back, yes? Do you know of anyone else who might lend their stout arm to these humble folk? Nothing that jumps to mind. Matsu's pretty strong, but mostly with fishing. I know such an adventurer as fierce as I, if not more so. I know someone who could give the merchants proper motivation for a speedy delivery. I don't know who we're talking about here. I knew I could count on your wide web of storied personages. Ogul and Kankana, you say? Ogul and Kankana. I don't remember them. Their names ring a bell, but especially Kankana, but I don't remember them specifically. I believe we may be able to kill two birds with one stone with that pair. Unfortunately, my hands are full meeting the medicinal needs of this village. Seeing as you're already acquainted with these fellows, could you appeal to them on our behalf? Apologies once again for putting so much on your shoulders, but it's for the good of one and all. Can I count on your assistance? I guess. Thank you, friend. Well then, off to Yedlihmad to meet this Kankana. So this must have been someone I met in the... I'm sure I'll remember them once I see them. Wait, are they the person who was nervous around Arkasodara at first? Is that them? Okay, safe travels, and I will pray you return with good news. Let's find out. Yeah, I was right. Okay, good. So Ogul is the woman who was afraid of Arkasodara at first, and Kankana is the Arkasodara who took her in. Rakashir. Oh, it's you. Hello? Hi. Ogul. Hail, Kokushu! My day brightens to see you again. Good to see you too, my step-friend. Kankana. Well, if it isn't Kokushu, I had wondered when you might walk through my door again. Ogul. You will be pleased to hear young Rakashir has taken to adventuring like a thief to a coin purse. Oh, right, Rakashir's the thief that we caught and kind of turned. Okay. Or we got him out of his... out of a bad situation. He is more than capable enough to assist me on my less arduous tasks. Kankana. Indeed, his future is bright. However, as much as it hardens me to see you, I sense your visit isn't entirely motivated by a curiosity in our affairs, yes? Not entirely. I see. I did not know that Palaka Stan was beset by such troubles, but I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, all things considered. Naturally, I shall do all in my power to help. A few words to the right people, and the merchants will have a shipment of supplies ready in a matter of bells. Nice. Thank you, Kankana. Inform this Yezin that aid is on the way, and for much less coin than the merchants would usually charge. The chaos has gripped all of Varshahn, and it is only together that we shall find the strength to release ourselves from it. Nice. So Kankana is not one of those people who's going to hoard hand sanitizer and resell it on eBay. Ogul. And if you require an adventurer, then look no further. The supplies require brave souls to defend them, correct? Then I offer mine. I'll await you at the gates. Ogul is pumped. I like Ogul a lot. Rakashir. Wait for me. I'm coming too. Rakashir. Would you look at this? Such a large pack of supplies, prepared in what felt like a matter of moments. Yeah, that was quick work. Alright, Ogul, you look packed and ready. Kankana made good on her word, not that I doubted she would. The merchants were likely all too eager to make a sizable trade. They even provided us with bags and coats for the journey. Yeah, they probably aren't getting a lot of business these days. It's a buyer's market. And it appears Rakashir will be joining us. Try as I might to convince him otherwise, his mind's made up. Hopefully this will prove to be another learning experience for him. My grandma always did say the road forward is paved with good deeds. The three of us shall see that no beast lays fang or claw upon these provisions. There are more supplies to come, but they'll be delivered by the Radiant Host. We shall be the vanguard, the harbingers of salvation for Palaka's stand. I love how extra Ogul can be. And with that, let us be off. I mean, she's not even that extra, I guess. This really is... If they don't get this, they really were going to starve, so... So maybe it's not really that extra, after all. We fended off the attack, just a little attack from a mere wandering Starmite. That was all. Rakashir. What a fright that beast gave us. Ogul. Oh, look at her ready to go. That was a splendid display indeed. Your bravery never ceases to impress. Rakashir, I've never seen such a fierce warrior. I dare say she's every bit your equal. Ogul. Children are so easily impressed. While Kukushu is indeed a formidable adventurer, your teacher has many great deeds to her name, and more yet to come. That's right, you are the true warrior of light, Ogul. Now the village is not far. Let us march, and I challenge any monster to approach. Hold on, you forgot the supplies. She is so enthusiastic. I love her. Sula. Greetings, Kukushu. I did not expect to meet you here, of all places. Oh, you helped save them from one of those Thavnarian Marlboros. What are they called? Asvata. Right, Rakashir. They cut the monster down before it had a chance to pounce. Getting pounced on by that thing would be such nightmare fuel. Ogul. Did you see that, Rakashir? Mark well how quickly the beast succumbed to the flurry of blades. In no small part thanks to this brave Arkasodara. Look at her. She has grown so much. She is not afraid at all. Sula. Ah, so this is the adventurer that Yezin spoke of. Not since my last hunt with sister have I fought so effortlessly with another. Ogul. And never have I felt so invigorated to have such a mighty Arkasodara fighting by my side. Rakashir. How do you keep it up? Just watching you has me out of breath. Yeah, same. Sula. Endurance is the product of long hours of practice, lad. Well then, seems my hunt is finished. Let us return to Palaka's stand before we draw the attention of something deadlier. Yezin will be eager to speak with you upon your return. Do not keep him waiting for long. She's just, like, she meets a new Arkasodara and she's just enthusiastic. She's super excited to have one by her side, to have the strength of one by her side. What a character arc. Yezin. There you are. Sula told me she brought both the supplies and the protection you promised. She's at present preparing the game she hunted. Really? You're gonna eat that? I guess it's vegetables. Ogul. She has promised to spar with me afterwards. I'm fast feeling that I've made the right choice in coming here. Yezin, I'm grateful for it, lass. It will do Sula good to have your energizing presence by her side. I understand that there are yet more supplies to come. I must find a way to thank the merchants and the one who spurred them to action. Kankana, was it? It was. She will spare no effort to see Varshahn rebuilt. If there's any anything else you require... Ow, I'm saying ow because my cat just bit my hand. Playfully. If there's anything else you require from the merchants, she'll be happy to help. Yeah, she'll spare no effort to see Varshahn rebuilt. She is a dedicated one. Yezin, it seems we've found a reliable ally, thanks to you. Rakashir. Oh, teacher, don't forget. We should ask about the journal. Journal we found? What journal? Ogul. Yes, of course. I was just about to mention it. The beast Sula and I felled was holding fast to this. Perhaps you know who the owner is. Is it Pasimir's... Apologies if I'm forgetting her name. Pasimir's husband? Or Sula's partner? Not Sula's partner. Yeah, Sula's partner. I guess that's the same person, right? Yezin. This... By the Minutia. Yes, I do know, in fact, who penned this journal. They were dear friends of mine. Unfortunately, they didn't survive the tragedy that befell us. Oh no, maybe this is the Mevin and Karasov. A joint journal? That's unusual. It'll be at least something to pass down to the child. Ogul. I see. I'm sorry for your loss. Yezin. Thank you. Luckily, their memory lives on in their child, and now this journal. When she comes of age, I'll show this to her, that she might come to know who her parents were. This is... what a great capper. Ogul. Life is but a string of meetings and farewells. It's our memories that sustain us, that give us life. Amen. There's few things that are scarier to me than the prospect of losing my memories. It's kind of all I am. Ogul. In this way, those whose journey has ended watch over those with the strength to step forward into a new day. Those who, again, what was it that Ardbert said? Those who walk before will have something to have the strength to... Those who walk before may lead those who walk after. Ogul, of all the wisdom grandmother passed down, I hold this to be the most precious of what precious. Memories are the greatest treasure we can leave behind. Rakashir, your grandmother had a way with words. She could have taught even the divinities a thing or two. Ogul, I dare say you might be right, young Rakashir. I'm not half so wise as she was, but twice as humble. But her sage advice has been a beacon which has always guided me true. I say this was a capper, but, I mean, God, the way Endwalker is going with these side quests, these people are going to pop up on, like, in the final battle against Momodi, or whoever ends up being the final boss. Ogul. Truth be told, I first accompanied you here to repay the debt I owed, as grandmother would have wanted. I see now, however, that fate intended for me to be here. In Sula, I have met a comrade in arms, and in Rakashir, I have found a capable and eager student. For both their sakes, I must strive to ever be better than the day I was before. That's the good way to look at it. Perhaps I should take up the art of dance? The fierce display of the Sekisegumi compelled me to set down my spear and take up the katana, but the grace and deadliness with which the dancers throw their weapons has a charm all its own. Yeah, I think you can't go wrong. I think you'd be a great dancer. Though, you're single-minded enough that, like, I don't know, the single-minded, single-target DPS of the samurai might be a good fit, but the flair and bombast of the... Is bombast the adjective of bombastic? The noun of bombastic? I don't know. But the bombast of the dancer may fit you well, too. Some measure of peace has returned to the Matanga, and I believe my skills will be better put to better use here. An adventurer must court challenge, after all. Rakashir. My teacher has a daring spirit, if slightly reckless, but worry not. I'll make sure she doesn't come to harm. Ogul. Have you listened to a single word I have said, Rakashir? You have no notion of the dangers I must brave daily. For now you should be content to behold great deeds and learn from them. Ogul is the most Gryffindor of Gryffindors, isn't she? I wager your adventures will soon take you far from here, Kakushu. Rest assured, I shall safeguard the people of Palaka stand in your stead. I look forward to hearing tales of your exploits. Well then, the first order of the day is to attune to the Aetheryte and gather information. Jot this lesson down, young Rakashir, for these are the fundamentals of adventuring. Come now. Ogul, I hope I get you as a trust partner at some point. I don't think I will, but one of the wonderful things about Final Fantasy XI was how you could collect trust NPCs almost like minions. Like there were just a ton of them, and you do a long line of quests, and you'd eventually get one. And like it would be really cool if in the future they were to let you like do this series of side quests and then gain Ogul as an optional Ogul or Sula as optional trust NPCs. Yesin. Our lack of supplies was weighing heavily on my mind. I have feared for both Passerine and the child, but for the first time in a long while I can breathe easily. Ogul's presence has proven to be a salve on Sula's mood as well. She laughs as she hasn't since her sister's passing. We both have to thank you for our reversals of fortune. I mean, it's still, the weather is still apocalypse, but I see what you mean. Even the departed have benefited from Ogul's arrival. The delivery of the journal was an unexpected boon, and it will doubtless prove to be vital in raising the child. When she becomes old enough to understand its contents, she will come to know the deep love her parents bore for her. I mean, you should probably read it first. Like, what if it's just, I don't know, what if it's just Urianger erotic fan fiction that they just wrote and, like, pictures of dicks? A love so steadfast that it will shield her from the world's cruelty. Of course, I intend to tell her all about your part in her salvation as well. But for now, there is work to be done for both of us, I'm sure. Wheresoever your travels may take you, don't forget the friends you have in this corner of Thavnair. I won't. I mean, I probably will, but I'll remember them once my memory is jogged. I guess it wouldn't be Urianger fanfic. It might be like... It might be, what do you call it? It might be like fanfic of the Satrap. Or like tasteful nudes of Arkasodras. Alright. And lastly, be safe. If you die before I can repay the debt I owe you, I'll hunt you through the 7 hells until the ledger's balanced. So let's see it doesn't come to that, eh? You got it. I'll see you down the line, Yesin. I do feel confident that I'll see him down the line. Okay, let us take care of one more. My friend the Yeti. Arkasodara Youth. My friend the Yeti. Got some lentil curry on the books. Okay. The young Arkasodara is staring off into the jungle with worry in his eyes. Excuse me, but you're a traveler, yes? Would you be willing to take on a personal request? I'm worried for the safety of a friend of mine and would ask you to check on them. Your friend is a Yeti, okay? Thank you. I know you have no shortage of demands on your time. My friend, you see, he's a bit of a private person. I only wish to know how he's faring after the recent troubles. However, the journey to his abode is much too dangerous for me to attempt alone, and I wouldn't dare ask another villager to go in my stead. A traveler with a sharp blade, however, could surely get the task done with little effort. He resides in the jungle to the northwest, or at least he used to. I'll mark the location on your map. His name is Sushena, and if you say his name, he should respond. If my worst fears have come to pass and he's wounded, please use this medicine to treat his wounds. You'll be rewarded for your efforts, but I suspect you would have helped me even if I had nothing to give in return. You're correct. I'm just that kind of Lalafell. Sushena. You hear faint sounds of an animal in pain emanating from the direction of the bluffs. Investigate its source. Sounds of pain. That's not great. Oh no, you're hurt, buddy. Let me get a look at you. Have we? Oh no, you're like one of the. You're like a woolly Thavnarian Gubu. The Yeti appears to be wounded. Perhaps the medicine provided to you will alleviate its suffering. Healing salve, a potent healing salve made by the alchemists of the Great Work. So, I'm putting a little Hello Kitty band-aid on Sushena's wounds. Who's the... Whoa. Yeah, this is like our buddy Umaro from Final Fantasy VI. Just in that it's a friendly Yeti. Although you cannot understand the Yeti's words, you can sense the gratitude behind them. Return to the young Arkasodara and inform him that his friend is well. Okay. By the way, if they ever do a... Final Fantasy VI, I feel like, is one of the games that at least needs to be remade. Not remastered, but like at least needs to be remade. Just because it's so fleshed out already. Like, I thought there was a lot that could be improved with 7, and I love the remake of it that I played. 5, I think, could do it with a remake. But 6, I think, is very fully fleshed out already and doesn't need that. The only thing is I wouldn't mind them giving more for Umaro. Because he got, like, nothing. He was, like, a nothing character. Arkasodara Youth. Welcome back, traveler. So, how was he? Oh, that's horrible. Still, I suppose I could be grateful that you could treat his wounds. I owe Fourchenault my life. I was attacked by one of those terrible Palaka, and Fourchenault's roar drove the monster off. That was the start of our friendship, one I've treasured ever since. But my family has forbidden me from venturing into the woods, so I haven't been able to check up on him. I know they're only worried for my safety, but still. I hope that Fourchenault knows that you haven't abandoned him. I think he does. Hopefully he does. You shouldn't abandon your friend. You should explain everything to them. You should explain everything to them. I guess I was assuming he had explained everything to them, but yeah, that would be the first step. You're right, of course. Surely if I explained Fourchenault's bravery and selflessness, they'd understand. I've nothing to lose by trying anyways. Thank you. Not only did you save Fourchenault, but you've reminded me what true friendship is worth. It's not much, but please take this. I misread that for a second. You reminded me what true friendship is worth. It's not much. True friendship sucks. It's worthless. All right. Thank you for the gift of lentils. Lentil curry. And with that, I think we're going to continue with the main story quest up here. Under his wing. Whoop. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Palaka stand, having regained a moment's peace, you and your companions leave the village in the care of Nadana, Matya, and the alchemists. You set off towards Varshahn, stopping along the way to meet Estinien. Okay. The journals are I like how it's a small thing, and it's probably a super basic thing, but I like how they're regularly updated each step of the way. So if I step away, I can come back and just remember where I was at. Alphino. I have apprised Estinien of the situation at Palaka stand, so we needn't have that conversation. Thank you, Alphino. Alize. How do you suppose the others have fared in the capital? I hope things have not been too eventful in our absence. I think we would have known if they had been. Estinien. Alphino told me everything. Full glad am I to hear the people are safe. Likewise, you will be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungle and ruins. 'Twould seem you finished off the last of them. I mean, I guess, canonically, sure. Trying times yet lie ahead for the people. Well, I guess no, he's saying that I finished off the last of the, not that I finished off the wildlife, there's still plenty of those things, but that I finished off the last of the blasphemies. Trying times yet lie ahead for the people of Thavnair. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent Satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return to the city on Alzadal's path. Come. Is this may be the first... This may be the first, what's the term for, like, something that's not a republic? Like a monarchy or dictatorship or something like that? That's portrayed in a positive light here. But even here, it's like a constitutional monarchy. Like, it's not like the Satrap. Like, Satrap is almost more of a... not ceremonial, but the Satrap, it looks like, doesn't play a huge role in dictating the day-to-day lives of those under his stead. Full system. Alphino. Isolation here, but that is much preferable to the panic and chaos we saw before. Yeah, that's true. Alize. poor old woman who became a beast and said her grandson had gone to Palaka's stand. I hope he survived. Estinien. It will be a struggle for the people to come to terms with these tragedies, but they are far stronger than you may think. I think most people are. There's very few people that are weaker than I think. Not that came out weird, but there's very few people who I think, when put to a test, like really show themselves to be just ungenerous and terrible people. I like to think so, at least. Thancred. It's good to see you safe. Given the skies, 'tis all too easy to fear the worst. I'm pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled, and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard that from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square, though they said no more about that. Might you have any idea what this is about? Yeah, they're going to find out they have a Dragon King. So, Vrtra is finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we too should hear what he has to say. To Megaduta then. But before that, it would appear the word of the assembly has not yet reached all the citizens. If anyone along the way seems unaware, we'd best enlighten them. Yeah, so this is telling us don't teleport there, walk there. Huron boy. Are the beasts all gone? I've been hiding and I'm too scared to go out and look. Yeah, you're safe for now. Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of those beasts was going to eat me. It probably was. I wonder where Varshahn is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. Yeah, he got away into someone's stomach. He could be with the other people from the palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square. It feels like I should prepare him, but maybe I don't want to have that conversation. Varshahn's the Satrap, right? Or was the Satrap. By the way, I tried to attune to the Aetheryte. I thought, and it said that it was still disabled. I thought that the game gave me a message earlier that said the Aetheryte was now available in Varshahn, but maybe not. Spooked youth. Leave me be, please. I swear to you, my flesh tastes absolutely terrible. Okay. Thank you for the heads up on that, friend. Oh, gods, what are you doing scaring me like that? If we're not quiet, those beasts will find us. It didn't hit me that all this time... I mean, I know canonically not much time has passed since the incident, but like that, they still don't really know that it's safe to come out yet. I mean, how would they? That makes sense. The square, you say? But that's where the Satrap was killed. With my very eyes, I saw him crushed in the creature's maw. So many lives lost, such terrible carnage. I really hope the next healer we get is like a psychologist or a counselor of some kind. And you say that there's someone else who would lead Varshahn in his stead? Whoever they are, if they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved Satrap, I'll make them regret it. No, I don't think he's going to do that. I think you're safe on that front. Though, as I think about it, I really do wonder what he's going to say. Like, not what he's going to say, but like what kind of system he's going to implement. Is he going to say, let's just get through this, I'll lead you as best I can? Is he going to say, like, I'm a bridge, like, I'll help you through this, and then I'll serve as an advisor, and you'll elect your own Satrap, and we'll go into, like, a soft republic conversion, the way that some of the other cities have gone, like Heaven's Wordville, and Sultana Town, Ul'dah, and... I can't remember Heaven's Word Town. This is my memory, but like those places. Ishgard, Estinien. Worm and man working towards a common goal. Yeah, this is old hat for you. Alphino. It would seem that people still have lingering doubts, and I cannot blame them. Yet we know what strength is afforded us with one of the first brood on our side. I have faith the citizenry will come to understand and accept him in time. So do I. I also wonder if there's going to be more broods. Like, well, of course there are more broods, but like if we're going to get... I don't know, if you're going to have... Well, I was going to say, like, are you going to have dragons mate like is Tiamat going to gonna see Vrtra as like a rebound boyfriend from Bahamut, but I know they're both of the brood of Midgard Sormir, but I don't know, dogs have incest, like it's common for them, so maybe it's common for dragons too. This got off the rails quick. Gratia. I hear you were able to bring the situation at Palaka's stand under control. Every life lost is a tragedy, but you should take pride in doing what you could. When I assumed command during the earlier panic, I did so instinctively and out of necessity. 'Twas not my place to give orders, but I'm glad the people heeded them. But now they have a need of a true leader, a magnanimous and just satrap who can guide them every step of the way. Fortunately, they are blessed with one such soul. If anyone can protect and guide them through this calamity, it is he. I agree. I think Vrtra is in a great position for that. Alize. People are slowly making their way here, but many are still gripped by fear and doubt. Hopefully Vritra's message of hope will resonate strongly enough with the ones willing to listen and spread to every corner of Favnair. It keeps hitting me that the message of hope thing is tangible right now. Like, it has such a tangible impact in preventing people from turning into blasphemies that it really is important. Stola. Welcome back, Akushu. Alize Alphino told me everything. I was pleased to hear that Vrtra had chosen to reveal himself at last. The people of Varshahn need a strong and wise satrap more than ever. Thancred. Finished rounding up the stragglers. The proclamation will begin shortly. Let's wait here, lest we miss something important. All right. Under his wing, here we come.
Look! Someone's coming!
Oh, good choice, Vrtra. Very good choice. I didn't even think of this. This is smart. Oh no!
It warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me.
I can't believe I forgot his name. No, so Varshahn is him. Who was the satrap who got eaten? I'm Googling this. No, I'm not. I'm just afraid of spoilers if they're going to be like Satrap, the new Satrap, Momodi, as of the level 90 quest or something. So let me just leave as is, or Satrap Matya.
Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Laying the groundwork well. Good. The last thing he wants is to show up just in full dragon form and have everyone, like, turn to blasphemies.
Can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Well said. I mean, depressingly
Many
said,
thanks.
A dragon!
I like that. I think it's oh, they're so happy. Oh, this is so much different from what the response would have been in early Heavensward.
People of Varshahn, I am Vrtra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Remind me, if you can, remind me what happened to his eye, because I don't remember offhand. Also, it's because I think he has one eye, right? It's just really interesting that for this whole part, this whole section where he's been leading, like for every time in the last minute when we've seen Vrtra, it's always from the side that has no eye. it's always showing him from a position of like humbleness and weakness, I think, in a good way. Like it's showing him coming to them like supplicant almost.
"'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today I would reveal the truth unto you."
That's right, he was known as the Satrap's ally. I keep forgetting that.
They accept him.
They will. The music is telling me they will. If this were like the Asian music, it would be a different thing.
If I am hearing this right, you were the Satrap all along?
It also helps that he's not usurping power. He's saying that he always was the power that they loved and respected.
Varshahn, I mean, Master Vrtra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Fafnir, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant.
Again, like he keeps showing himself to be. It's almost like how sometimes when an adult wants to talk to a child without scaring them, he'll kneel down to the child's level, and I feel like just rhetorically, that's a lot of what Vrtra's doing here. That's really effective. He's showing himself to be lost as they are.
This land and served it with dignity till his
Ahawan.
dying breath. A nobler Satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Varshahn to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, has she glittered with every color imaginable.
Does seem like quite a special place.
To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, the light of Varshahn will never be extinguished.
I'm so impressed with Vrtra's design, with his not his physical design, but his character. He's so different from every other dragon we've met.
I pray you let me watch over it, over you, and lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together, so too do I believe that hand in hand,
Manusha?
we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
Okay, so Manusha. That's right, they have different races coming together as like part of their mythology. That should help a lot too here.
That would have surely brought a smile to Ysayle's face.
I'm not laughing out of like mocking. It makes me very happy to hear this. What a great moment to call back to Ysayle. What a fantastic moment. I love that.
Indeed.
I watch people doing Heaven's Word Let's Plays, and it's so common along, like, during the campfire scene, or just as they journey together, to ship them together, and I feel that too. And, like, but regardless of, again, romance isn't usually Final Fantasy XIV's thing, like, they have such a great connection, and I'm glad that's being brought back here. Okay. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Yeah, you're looking at him.
Father!
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have.
Good. Okay, this is kind of a relief. I was worried that the Sharlayans were going to really lock into the idea that we're preserving the future and we're going to be the ones who survive and there's only enough room on the moon for us. They're starting to branch out and go to other people then.
On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Varshahn, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
Yeah, so he's delegating power. He's what's the word where you devolving
if I have
power?
given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days.
I'm really surprised Fourchenault himself is here rather than sending a gleaner or a delegate.
'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavner, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago.
It feels like it was a mistake to not spread word of it beforehand. Like, to lock people out of it. Like, it feels like preparation should have been made beforehand, but maybe they were afraid of the panic it would cause knowing the final days were eventually coming.
Henceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
It also probably wouldn't have been believed, largely. Like, they would have been seen as a doomsday cult almost, I wonder.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
Do you like rabbits?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th umbral calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Yedlihmad, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction.
Now that I think about it, even saying this with the apocalypse currently going on sounds ridiculous. And so saying it before the apocalypse hits was probably not a working strategy, a workable strategy.
And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save.
I'm gonna say it. Good guy, Fourchenault.
Including you, our dear friends of Varshahn. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
I wonder if they're going to, like, dragons wouldn't be able to fit on it. But dragons can, I mean, we saw Midgar Stormer can travel through space, so maybe someone like Vrtra and Tiamat can just, they don't need to go on the moon, maybe they could just soar into space on their own.
Long Thavnir. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly.
Now I do see his other eye.
Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests.
This has got to be surreal for him to be out here like this. For Vrtra to be out here like this.
Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase.
Well said. Poetically said, as most, because he's a dragon.
And attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vrtra. We believe in you.
That has to feel really good. I'll say this for Fourchenault. He rolls with surprises very well. Is this Nadana? She seems nervous, in a panic.
Oh, you're still here. What a relief.
What do you got?
Nadana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palaka's stand?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine.
Don't scare me like that, you beautiful elephant.
All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do?
That's a great question. Because without ether, they shouldn't be able to do anything, right?
Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Okay.
Arkasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Okay. There's got to be something that... So, I see where they're going with this, and I like it, but I also wonder why it's only the negative emotions that they're drawing on for this when drained of their ether.
Yes. In this instance, negative ones set Arkasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained.
That makes sense.
Ah, do you still have that flower?
Oh, okay, yeah, we're coming back to this now. Holy well, that's an ominous sign if ever I saw one.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Arkasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive.
Let me take a look at this again. -1 set Arkasha into motion, thereby infusing the... So -1 set Arkasha into... So in this case, so +1s can set Arkasha into motion, but given whatever final days conditions exist, Negative ones are currently setting Akasha into motion and giving them this other sorts of vitality. If we accept that the flower once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha influenced by thoughts of those nearby, so now it's drawing on, now like the Akasha that is being like, it's not just a subtle background thing, it's like overwhelming and negative, and that's why it destroyed it. It like basically overloaded the flower with negative emotion. That makes sense. I don't know what we do with it,
I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha.
Thank you, Nidana.
Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Yeah, it's probably a very small lit review.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
We better. I don't know where this is building to in terms of... It all feels like the final boss is going to be like climate change. Like, I don't know who this is leading to as like the enemy that we're going to end up fighting, because there's got to be a final boss fight. It's not just going to... I don't know what... Is there like an intention behind this? Or is there going to be like... Because the Cloud of Darkness, I think, originally was just a... It wasn't like a conscious god of the world. It was just like the accumulation of negative emotions. At least in some games. I think maybe that was in Final Fantasy III or something. Like, it wasn't like, wahaha, I am Bob, the Cloud of Darkness, or Susan, the Cloud of Darkness, and I want to rule the world. It was more like just... It was more like like an environmental catastrophe. And so maybe this will be the same thing where we'll end up fighting some kind of personification of that, or... I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.